Hey y'all back with me. I am Tamika Collins, and this is my YouTube page. Thank you so much for coming to help me read the Bible from beginning to end. We are on chapter 4, and once again, I'm reading out of the Life Application Study Bible. It's a great Bible. It's a thick Bible. It got a lot of stuff in it. Great study Bible, especially if you want to know more about the Word. So we're going to get into the Word, okay? And we're in chapter 4, and this is labeled Cain and Abel, okay? Now, Adam had sexual relations with his wife, Eve, and she became pregnant. When she gave birth to Cain, she said, "With the Lord's help, I have produced a man." Later, she gave birth to his brother and named him Abel. When they grew up, Abel became a shepherd while Cain cultivated the ground. When it was time for the harvest, Cain presented some of his crops as a gift to the Lord. Abel also brought a gift, the best portions of the firstborn lambs from his flock. The Lord accepted Abel and his gifts, but did not accept Cain and his gifts. This made Cain very angry, and he looked dejected. "Why are you so angry?" the Lord asked Cain. "Why do you look so dejected? You will be accepted if you do what is right. But if you refuse to do what is right, then watch out. Sin is crouching at the door, eager to control you. But you must subdue it and be its master." One day Cain suggested to his Abel, "Let us go out into the fields." And while they went in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. Afterward, the Lord asked Cain, "Where is your brother? Where is Abel?" "I don't know," Cain responded. "Am I my brother's guardian? Or am I my brother's keeper?" That's what we've learned. But the Lord said, "What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are cursed and banished from the ground, which has swallowed your brother's blood. No longer will the ground yield good crops for you, no matter how hard you work. From now on, you will be homeless. You will be a homeless wanderer on the earth." Cain replied to the Lord, "My punishment is too great for me to bear. Have you have banished me from the land and from your presence. You have made me a homeless wanderer. Anyone who finds me will kill me." The Lord replied, "No, for I will give a sevenfold punishment to whomever kills you." Then the Lord put a mark on Cain to warn anyone who might try to kill him. So Cain left the Lord's presence and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. The descendants of Cain. Cain had sexual relations with his wife, and she became pregnant and gave birth to Enoch. Then Cain founded a city, which he named Enoch after his son. Enoch had a son named Irad. Irad became the father of Mehuel. Mehuel became the father of Methuselah. Methuselah became the father of Lamech. Lamech married two women. The first was named Ada or Ada, and the second was Zillah. Ada gave birth to Jabal, who was the first of those who raised livestock and live in tents. His brother's name was Jubal, the first of all who play the harp and flute. Lamech's other wife, Zillah, gave birth to a son named Tubal-Cain. He became an expert in forging tools of bronze and iron. Tubal-Cain had a sister named Naamah. One day, Lamech said to his wives, Ada and Zillah, Hear my voice, listen to me, you wives of Lamech. I have killed a man who attacked me, a young man who wounded me. If someone who kills Cain is punished 7 times, then the one who kills me will be punished 77 times. The birth of Seth. Adam had sexual relations with his wife again, and she gave birth to another son. She named him Seth, for she said, God has granted me another son in place of Abel, whom Cain killed. When Seth grew up, he had a son and named him Enosh or Enosh. At the time, at that time, people first began to worship the Lord by name. We're going to go into the 5th chapter, okay? Adam's descendants, from Adam to Noah. This is a written account of the descendants of Adam. When God created human beings, he made them to be like himself. He created them male and female, and he blessed them and called them human. When Adam was 130 years old, he became the father of a son who was just like him in his very image. He named the son Seth. After, like I said, it's got a lot of explaining stuff that goes on in this book too, so you can know what you're reading, what you're talking about, the history of everything. Okay, so after the birth of Seth, Adam lived another 800 years. Can you imagine living that long? So that was 930 years of living. Goodness. And he had other sons and daughters. Adam lived 930 years and then he died. When Seth was 105 years old, he became the father of Enosh. I don't even know if I want kids that, but 105 is probably like 15, 20 to us. But anyway, he became the father of Enosh. After the birth of Enosh, Seth lived another 807 years. He had other sons and daughters. Seth lived 912 years and then he died. When Enosh was 90 years old, he became the father of Kenan. After the birth of Kenan, Enosh lived another 815 years and he had other sons and daughters. Enosh lived 905 years and then he died. Then Kenan was 70 years old. He became the father of Mahalalel. After the birth of Mahalalel, Kenan lived another 840 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Kenan lived 910 years, and then he died. When Mahalalel was 65 years old, he became the father of Jared. Looking at my time. After the birth of Jared, Mahalalel lived another 830 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Mahalalel lived 895 years, and then he died. When Jared was 162 years old, he became the father of Enoch. After the birth of Enoch, Jared lived 800 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Jared lived 962 years, and then he died. When Enoch was 65 years old, that's a popular name, he became the father of Methuselah. Oh, okay, Methuselah. I be saying I'm old as Methuselah, but there we go. Okay, Methuselah. After the birth of Methuselah, Enoch lived in close relationship with God for another 300 years. Oh, so goodness, that's a whole good dwindle down from 962 all the way down to 365 years. Okay. But anyway, after the birth of Methuselah, Enoch lived in close relationship with God for another 300 years, and he had sons and daughters. Enoch lived 365 years, walking in close fellowship, same thing, relationship with God. Then one day he disappeared. Oh, okay. Because God took him. Okay, he disappeared. When Methuselah was 187 years old, he became the father of Lamech. After the birth of Lamech, Methuselah lived another 782 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Methuselah lived 969 years, and then he died. When Lamech was 182 years old, he became the father of a son. Lamech named him Noah, for he said, "May he bring us relief from our work and the painful labor of farming this ground that the Lord has cursed." After the birth of Noah, Lamech lived another 595 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Lamech lived 777 years, and then he died. After Noah was 500 years old, he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. They living a long time. They having kids long time. Okay. But, all right, that was chapter 4 and 5 of Genesis. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Continue to read and study God's word. See what it's saying to you. It's living. It's great. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. And you learn something new. Hey, I see Methuselah is in the Bible. It's just not a name that somebody threw out there. And I see that we lived a long time back then. Long time. So we will get to the next video, and because we got some catching up to do because I ain't did a few postings. So we're going to read some more. So come back, and we're going to start with Genesis, the 6th chapter. We're going to see how long we get along, okay? All right, well, I'll see you in a few.